say you want to expunge the record. What you have to do is you have to, like, jump through all these hoops, and then you have to go back to the original judge and say, look, I jumped through all these hoops. Please expunge the record. Clear up my good name. And the judge would say, no, I don't care that you are in compliance with every single code requirement to meet this expungement. You know what? I was the one who presided over the case. No, you're still guilty. Even though the state says you got to do all this, and yes, you met all these conditions. You know what? Once you're the judge over somebody, you got jurisdiction and control. Once you're somebody's daddy, you're always their daddy. So that's why I laugh at people when I said, oh, yeah, I'm going to take my case to the United States Supreme Court, and I'm going to get a ruling. No, you're going to get an opinion, and then you're going to go back to the court of original jurisdiction, and you're going to say, look, Daddy, I even pulled something out from the United States Supreme Court, and they said, Daddy, you're wrong. And the court of original jurisdiction, the district court judge is just going to laugh at you. It's like, yeah, I'm going to give a rat's ass what they said up there in Washington. You're back here in my district, boy. You're in my jurisdiction, silly. And this is how we play it here. I don't care how they play it up in Washington. So that's what I say to folks. Like, read a lot of the United States Supreme Court opinions to say the case is referred back to the court of original jurisdiction. So you start all over again. So I hope you enjoyed your 10 years of protesting your judge making your ruling against you because I got a tremendous victory by the United States Supreme Court. Yeah, great. What did they tell you to do? Take it back to the court of original jurisdiction. So what does that mean? The judge made a ruling in September 9th, 2001. Well, this is September 10th, 2001. Well, it's 12 years later. That's right. Well, it did. As far as the judge is concerned, only one day went by. See, so that's what I'm saying now. It's like I say, Google John Wilkinson Jr. He's in charge of the Alabama Supreme Court, the civil division down there. And he told me, he said, you're wasting your time getting appeals heard, getting Supreme Courts to hear your rulings. He said, it's ridiculous. He said, they're just going to shut it back down to the original judge. And the original judge will tell you go F off, and then you got to start the process all over again and say, you know, Supreme Court of Alabama, wait for years to go through that nonsense and say, hey, can you force the judge to do the right thing? And then, yeah, maybe then they'd do it. He said, but how many years do you want to do this? He said, you want to do it 10, 12, 14, 16 years? How many years do you want to do this? Because the one judge, I forgot what his name was, Myron Thompson. It's funny, you could go to, that's a good question to ask me, because you go to Judgeopedia or Judgepedia.org or Judgepedia.com, and you could actually find the judge that runs your case, and you could find other people's opinions of that judge. And it's so funny, when I Judgeopedia Myron Thompson, you can Judgeopedia Myron Thompson, and you'll see where it says that he, Judgepedia.org. Yeah, he took such a long time. He took such a long time to just make a simple ruling on can this evidence be admitted into the trial. It took him over 10 years to come up with an opinion. Can one little tiny piece of evidence be accepted at trial? 10 years. So the whole hearing, the whole trial was put on hold until Myron decided to come up with a ruling. That guy has been overturned so many times. I think he's the number one judge. I think that's why they said he's so gun shy about making a ruling. It's because he's been overturned so many times by the Court of Appeals in Atlanta, and it used to be the Fifth Circuit, now it's the 11th. That he's gun shy. He's afraid to make a ruling because he knows somebody's going to challenge him, overturn him. So he refuses to basically do anything. So he figures it's better to do nothing than to get overturned again and make himself look stupid. So, yeah, but like I said, can you imagine waiting 10 years for a judge to make a ruling on evidence, whether or not, and so the lawyer, I forgot what case it was, but you'll find it in Judgeopedia, the lawyer said, if you're waiting for this guy to come up with a decision for you, you're crazy, because the code had changed so much. In 10 years, we had to start the whole case from scratch. Wow. Yep, so because like I said, the code is supposed to change every 7 years. So he said all the rules, everything changed. He said we had to take all our filing and start all over. So like I said, folks, man, that's why, and the way a true court of record works, you know, they have 21 days to answer. They refuse to answer on day 22. You can tell the court clerk, well, I'm going to need a room, and it won't take too long because we're going to need the sheriff or we need the marshals to drag the wrongdoer into the court so he could speak now, forever hold his peace. For some reason, he didn't feel like speaking for the last 21 days. Maybe him being hauled into court will loosen his vocal cords, But if not, at least he can't get a void judgment on me in 10, 20, 30 years from now, come up with some lame excuse why he couldn't answer in 21 days that his mama got sick or he was in a coma or he's in a shipwreck. Nope. Sheriff went out, dragged him before the court, said, now, are you going to answer this, man? Yes or no? This is your last chance because this is going to be the final judgment. Because once that's done, then they can't say, well, like, because a summary judgment could be overturned immediately. The other side just has to come up with a damn good excuse why I wasn't in court that day. I was like, oh, well, you know, my mama was sick. I got a bump in my head. Oh, the mailman forgot to mail it. Oh, I wasn't properly served. Oh, the dog ate it. You know, a million reasons why you couldn't show up that day. And they got to forgive and forget, and they got to let you take another crack at it. So who wants to deal with these? Let them take one more crack at you. Or let them get out of not paying you one more time. It's like, oh, no, I'm done with this. You won't pay me. You won't pay me now. You got 22 days. 21 days to answer, and then the 22nd day, we are going to haul your ass before the court, and you will answer. Or you will shut the hell up, and you'll just take the ruling of the court. But it's done. I'm not waiting 10 years if the judge is going to examine one piece of evidence. It's like, that's ridiculous. And then start it all over again. And you can't force the judge to do anything. You can't. You're stuck. You gave him control. Once you enter your paperwork document in somebody else's control into somebody else's court, you're bound by his decisions, his rules, and his lengthy delays. But as far as he's concerned, he couldn't care less. He's going to say, well, we got to make this fair and justice. And so, you know, you don't want me to go make a rash decision, do you?